It's been a while, gang. Terrible place to leave off on. A little bit. Um, since the last session, in game, it's been a few days. It was a few days to get everybody involved, to get it together, and it was a few more days, probably closer to half a week, to get those who weren't involved with everything getting set up to be able to adjust and visit or stay for the whole time. Um, Arthur, you were hmm, I will ask. Would Arthur have taken up the proposition of everyone didn't know how to inform Julius? Would Arthur have gone
Yeah,
there? How's your back-to-back emotional scenes, motherfucker? Anyway. But I will ask more of a general understanding. How would Arthur have informed him and offered the proper ceremonial rites? It doesn't have to be specifically what you said, but it can be the general consensus of
like if he went, like if he
it.
like a letter, or if he went in person. So you mean?
If more or less, if like it was a formal, hey, this happened, you're invited, obviously, or if you went in person to make it more personal and apologetic and the vibes of how you conveyed it. Because there is an offer technically on the table to prompt Caliban, who is very
He
much
pro-
used to it.
yeah. He probably went personally.
Hmm.
Kind of. God, how like it? Yeah, if he went personally, he probably would have like asked, because they both knew that Aster was kind of all in on
The flag
the
bearer stuff.
yeah, and but he didn't make it. But since it was whole strong and made it
Right.
super goddamn public,
Hmm. Yeah,
that
motherfucker did not try to hide it very well before it was public.
yeah, uh,
People,
like if he
mm,
was okay with that,
yeah. Julius, because of ranking systems that are still real, Julius would have been delighted that he wanted to be a flag bearer for the Prince. It's just that lovingly, Aster has a terrible way of talking to people, or had. Sorry, I have to keep reminding myself to not use present tense. It's sorry. Um,
Right.
it's a laugh of God damn it. So you don't have to get specific, but how do you inform him? Because he will be there, just not on the screen.
inform him of how.
Do you actually tell him the falling out, or do you inform him of the thing happening, or anything else?
Maybe not falling out, but that he was probably the last one that saw him, and he was not in a good headspace.
Arthur wasn't, or both of you weren't.
Uh, Aster,
Okay.
not yeah,
Um, do you mention Lex being there at all?
yeah.
Okay. Uh, when you had informed him, he. Another question: did you alert him to you visiting, or did you just show up?
Uh, Probably alerted beforehand. Yeah.
So when you go to knock on the door, he opens it before you can. He looks like he already knows what you're going to say, and he doesn't have the gravitas of a response when you do inform him of the procession, the funeral. He's just quiet. And he's very formal when he thanks you and says he'll be there. But he doesn't say much. You can kind of gather from that interaction that him being there at all is a test of his resilience after everything else he's lost. Because it's historically, the Heralds have a really shitty rap for keeping things they love. Which is a terrible way to say that. And I apologize to both of you who understand that. Looks directly at Gwen.
You leave her out of this.
She's worse.
Hey.
So you leave him, and do you offer any places of solace in the kingdom, or do you just let him process?
Would be, I think he would offer. Well, Aster didn't look good at the end there, did he? It wasn't because he would like if Aster looked good, he would have offered to like before the ceremony, like his own private time. But I don't know with how badly he was hurt.
I will say this much: the only reason there was any amount of blood on his body is because of how viciously he fought back. Otherwise, cleaned up, it was clean.
Okay,
yeah, there was no problem. It was I can't say that. That's mean. Don't say that. But there was really no fight.
Yeah, so he like probably offered like his own private time.
He doesn't respond, but he does not, and he does take up the offer, and you're there earliest alongside the head of the Crown's Guard, Simon, and your parents. Your older brother and your younger sister weren't really close to Aster, but they did send their regards. You're welcome to say whatever you need in my absence. And also, Reyna looks upset because she actually did like Aster and was kind of sad to hear how quickly it ended and how abruptly it all happened. Because she's like a baby. She doesn't understand what happened or why it happened. She doesn't prompt it. She assumes that with how chatty you and Lex are, she'll eventually find out anyway. Much like Cadence, just tell me on your own time. It's not really the moment to info dump at me. We're both busy. And they are not here, obviously, but your parents are, as it's a royal thing, and you are, as it's a friend thing. People start walking in. And Arthur, you don't necessarily see the first person to enter is not really the word. You just kind of know someone else is here. Even with your perception, that's all you get. It's just like, hello? God? Maybe. I mean, considering Aster was a warlock of Barbie, you're pretty sure someone could be.
Right. Yeah, she probably would have known that happened too.
Yeah. As far as you're concerned, it might genuinely be a watchful eye of Barbie. It's not, but don't worry about that. Next who steps in is someone you kind of know about from a technical standpoint. It's another herald. You did hear her outside before she walked up to the door. Had no impulse control and no volume, but she's dressed nicely. Proper funeral and hair tied back and cleaned up. She's not in the attire she's always seen in. And it's Staria, and she greets you and apologizes. Her voice is far too loud for this somber of a meeting. Jokingly, do you want to roll a silly little thing while this is happening?
Yeah.
You can either roll insight or history.
History, please.
I like prompting what people are bad at. It's really good.
I don't need to roll a second time. That's it.
Yeah. So usually people would attribute the lack of volume control to the genetic ADHD in the family. Usually they'd attribute it to some form of, it's an autism thing. You understand, however, she is a space pirate queen. She's had to yell a lot over cannons. She's probably slightly hard of hearing, and no one has informed her that she's loud. Because usually she's not, comparatively. You're free to inform her of just a small notion of a little quieter, but you don't have to. Do you?
Yeah, like take it down like a notch.
She blinks. Your perception works fine enough. She's bad at hiding her facial expressions. She, you realize it pretty quickly. She thinks she was talking at a normal volume, and then thinks for a second and nods. Doesn't say anything. And in a softer volume, which you think she understands as whispering, but to you is your normal volume, she goes, "Thank you. I didn't realize."
Okay. Figured you wouldn't have the greatest hearing.
She does chuckle a little bit. "I do have my profession." And she bows slightly. And she is not as formal about it, but she is respectful of your position as prince. And she walks off to silently give her regards. The next person who walks in is a face that makes you worry. It's the detective. Um, and how do you greet him? He's also nicely dressed, but is still has the coat designating that he's at work for something.
Mhm. Um, what time of day was this happening at?
It's an all-day thing because that's how wakes are. It's usually multiple
So,
days all through the day.
right, so it's probably early in the morning.
Um, you and your family and the guard showed up early. The first presence that you assume was someone from Barbie's domain was about 2 hours after. This Staria showed up around 30 minutes after that. So I'm guessing it's like not early morning, but still morning, before noon. I'd say around latest at 11.
Um,
I
good
keep fuck
day.
I keep fucking forgetting how tall your fucking character is right now. Because I keep going to
He's like,
say he's like 6'2", right?
no,
Or
he's just 6.
six, right? No, don't worry about
He
that.
hasn't gotten
That
taller.
don't worry about that. It's funny. She's got a condition of some kind, and it's called being a being of pure light, like your fucking grandfather. Anyway, so I keep going to say this person's taller than you, by the way, and that's not true. Most people are not naturally 6 foot, so tall people are a figment of your imagination. He's like 5'8". So he nods and goes, "Good day to you."
Um, relation?
Concerns.
Mm,
Not my own. I'm just getting paid. You know how it is.
of
I'm,
course.
I'm not going to be disrespectful. You also know that.
Well,
Mm, he thinks for a second, visibly, and in Thieves' Cant. Nobody to you. He goes, "There are some concerns that there was sabotage in the midst. There's some obvious claims." He rolls his eyes. You know who they're implying first. Um, because they don't like him. Um, but most of the actual concerns is a spy or an assassin from another kingdom. I'm making sure it isn't.
right.
Don't worry, I don't think it is. I think it was just ill-timed. But I have to make sure. Soothe the concerns of those with prettier colors. And he rolls his eyes again. And he bows and makes the motion of wanting to step through. Because you are kind of playing guard, even though there's two
Yeah,
knights next to you.
steps aside.
He walks through and kind of steps back towards the wall. Because there are other people that go in and out. throughout the day. However, around an hour later, around lunchtime, Grandmaster Gwen shows up, and she smiles at you. Um, and her first words are not a polite greeting. It's, "How are you holding up?" And as far as I recall, you two were friends.
I'm I'm not.
Hmm. It's because she's waiting to see if you have any other statements. Is it just I'm not?
Mm, I'm keeping together.
You go to say the first couple of words, and she holds up a hand. I know this is more of a formal thing. Trust me, I'm well aware. Um, I'm always open if you need to talk. I understand what it's like to lose a friend. And she does a more of a curtsy than a bow, because you're both of the same-ish rank. There's no reason to. It'd be more of a formality than a neat necessity like everyone else has. And she steps through. She doesn't ask, and she doesn't really need to. And kind of together, but not really. It's like they ended up there at the same time. Is Alex Ventura, who's nicely dressed, but looks like he either got dressed last night in case he forgot, or rushed here. And then there's Lady Drema, who you kind of know doesn't show up to most things, so this is a bit of a surprise. They're not talking to each other initially, but they don't really do many of the formalities. He's a Ventura, and you know he's the next head of house. He's the eldest of the family. And it's probably just a courtesy as far as you can tell, but he doesn't tell you whether it is or not. It's more regards of wanting to be respectful than anything else. But it's also, you don't know if they've ever spoken. And Lady Drema just nods, always her usual soft smile, and gives you a look. What's your passive insight?
So is 14?
Nope. It's a smile.
Yeah, that's fair.
She nods.
Just lets them in.
And I have a question for the little tiny group. Lance would have wanted to show up a little after major area of time, because he's having a nervous dog moment, and that's canon to me. He would have suggested going after noon. He will show up after noon anyway, mostly because he's fidgeting. What about the rest of you? Caliban, you know your brother's here.
I think Razz would make a point to show up kind of late in the day for similar reasons. Not as much nervous dog as like that pattern of like avoiding the big feelings that she has, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do believe Lance would have offered to go with you at late at night, because he's also trying to avoid the emotions. The later he can go, the better. So the first moment that Razz goes, I'll wait till later. I was like, he'll go with you. So you have a buddy in avoiding the big feelings and dying.
Handshake.
Caliban would have asked Alex when he was going, and showed up no later, like 20 or 30 minutes after Alex said he was going to be there.
Yeah. So
just so Alex isn't alone there for too long.
mm-hmm.
It's like he's like, mentally speaking, vibe speaking, Caliban is wearing one of those shirts that's like, I'm the golden retriever they put in the exhibit with the cheetahs. but for Alex.
Guys, we gotta lock in. Anyway. So, Caliban, do you try to grab Helia as well?
I think Caliban is trying not to sound like a fucking creep right now.
Mhm.
Caliban, I think, is used to keeping little tabs on all of the party members at this point, given things we've discussed.
Mhm.
All caps, period. And so I think he would have been like, I think I know when Razz is going. I know that Arthur's already there. I know that Lex isn't going. I know when Lance is kind of going. And then just sort of Helia. So he would go track. If it takes her a bit, I think like in that 20 to 30 minutes, he's buffering. He would be like, "Shit, is Helia not there? Did anyone check on Helia? God damn it!" And we go check on Helia.
Mhm. Where is Helia? Is she preparing to go visit, or is it more of a whoever decides to tag along with her?
Sort of that, yeah. She's like, alright, I'll wait and see if the others need anything from me.
I feel like with Helia, because of the rocky relationship that she had with Aster almost the whole time, she's not against going. It's more, how do you explain why you're not that upset, but you're not upset?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not a jackass. We just weren't that close. That's kind of awkward when everybody else in the room is at least minorly upset.
Yeah.
So I assume that even with her beautiful autism, she understands that.
Oh yeah. She gets it. Everybody else here is upset.
Uh-huh. So it's like, I think she'd have to be either prompted or asked if she's going. I think she would, but prompting. So does Caliban go check up on her? I think you said yeah, but I
Apologies. I did say yes. I'm having a pain flare up, so I'm moving to the bed currently.
No, beloved.
Yes.
Gently
Yes.
pets the Zag from a distance.
He would go check on her
Mhm.
and like wherever she is, as long as he's not genuinely intruding on private property to go see her. Yeah.
No. There's an area where fucking technically Lex used to stay in, when he was semi-injured. It's a little area.
The house.
The house. That's kind of for anybody, technically. No one really takes claim of it. There's no private property. It's just whoever's in it right now can kick you out, you know? So she's in there, and it's a thing.
Yeah. He'd like pop in, knock on the door or like wall or whatever.
Mhm.
Be like, yeah. How would he find Helia?
Probably just like vibing, sitting in a chair reading, just like obvious waiting mode.
I have to be invited to this event or I'll kill myself, kind of thing.
He was equally in waiting mode, and then he got told his brother was going and went, "Shit, I'll go." What? Oh, he's waiting for an invitation. Yeah, he I think he clocks it. He just sort of I think I clocked when everyone else is going, so I think everyone else is accounted for. I just wanted to check in.
I mean, I'm fine. Did you need something?
No. I myself wasn't going to go until I found out one of my siblings was going, and I maybe wondered that it might have felt weird for you to go if there wasn't a person who needed to be there more than you. which is the boat I'm in. So I wanted to check.
I mean, kinda. Unless the others asked me, I didn't think there was much reason for me to be there.
He nods, and he just sort of goes, "Do you want to go, or do you want company?"
Uh, gotta remember I'm banned from looking at Discord during these moments.
You forgot. Reminds you.
It's been 6 months!
Listen, it's funny.
Just like a moment and then just sort of shrugs like, I'm like neutral about the idea of going, but I wouldn't say no.
He shrugs fully, and he's like, "I'm not gonna make you go." And company, I'm gonna go, but if it feels weird, I have people on standby.
That is vaguely ominous, but I'm pretty sure you don't mean it like that.
He blinks very loudly.
Hold on. Ignore the chat real quick.
He just sort of goes, I just got here. I do not know the vibes of the social circle. And I just want to ensure that everyone is cool and chilling. And he does like a little thumbs up.
I adore Caliban so much.
He's his conditions.
So many.
Uh-huh.
He's just so perpetually nervous about everyone having a bad time. So, I gotta check in.
Don't worry about what I'm doing in the background. This is happening, right?
My love.
I'm not worrying, but you keep on announcing it verbally.
Sorry. This is supposed to be a serious scene. I gotta lock in.
Yeah, and he goes, we haven't engaged much, but you remind me of my sisters sometimes, and so when I thought of company, I thought maybe a new friend would be a good distraction while everyone else is crying. Maybe I think people are gonna cry.
I mean, from my understanding, that is what people do at funerals, yeah. I mean, if you guys don't think you'll need me there, sure. It's probably better than being alone, you know?
I'm definitely not the person to make the call on if you should be there or not. If you want to be there, here is your excuse. We can go together as people who equally feel like it'd be weird to be there, or I'll bully my sisters until one of them shows up. He does the thumbs up again.
I fucking adore Caliban. Yeah, sure, I'll head over with you. If it gets too weird, I'll just, like, slip out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so
I will say, for Helia, Caliban, you're of a noble house. You have nice clothes. You just prefer if you didn't. You're busy.
He looks like a dog in a suit. I don't know what to tell you.
It's really bad. Helia, I'm pretty sure, much like a other situation out of canon, the pacing was a little real. You didn't know what was gonna happen, so you kind of just prepared most eventualities in your head.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I could be invited, I could just go of my own volition. In any case, most of them prompted going, and funerals tend to have a dress code. So, tend to. I've been to one where it's not, and that was weird. So, don't look over there. But I'm pretty sure Helia is also in the same capacity of, I'm sure I have something nice, I just don't want to. However, I'm pretty sure, similarly to that concept, she would have reached out to Auntie.
Like, just like, Auntie, is there something in my closet at home that fits this description?
Just the, like, magical equivalent of, yeah, give me a second. Like, it's, honestly, considering who Auntie's based off of, absolutely, they'll figure it out. So it's like you get something rather nice, but nothing too dramatic, obviously.
That would have been the goal.
It's your auntie. They fucking know you. It's like, I would like to fit in and also be able to slip out undetected if I get weirded out. Because Auntie's been there before. They've been around too long to not know that fucking feeling. So it's, you're both dressed nice. In the same aspect of dog in a suit. / silly. And
Oh my god, what if we were both dogs in suits?
mhm. However, you two walk up side by side, I assume, or at least similarly close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caliban's used to being around noble ladies, I think. Or like very formal ladies. So I think he just like out of habit even offers an arm at one point, even though there's an absurd height difference.
And also,
Like, wait.
technically, Helia jokingly has negative noble rank.
That don't matter. That don't matter.
Yeah, it's like, if, in nobility terms, even if she was with somebody of status, she'd void. No one's there. She's like fine, but she's not noble, you know? Explicitly.
She's an NPC in their world, and she's okay with that because she doesn't want them to pay attention to her.
Vibes. Awesome. So, even out of habit, this... Caliban.
What?
Your autism, anyway. Aw, so pretty. Anyway. I'm gonna get her asked for that after session, man. So, does Helia ever take the offered arm or hand to...
Probably, even though she's still, taking like 3 steps for every Caliban's one.
Listen, man. he slows down. He's very aware.
He's a big man.
He's tall and she is short.
Little.
I was like thinking, God damn it! If Helia doesn't have clothes, I have a sister to call. Tiny ladies. So he's used to tiny ladies.
So you show up about 30 minutes with the chatter and getting her ready. I'd say it's a little after 30 minutes, maybe 35. But you're around the same time that you would have wanted to anyway. And it's When did I say they fucking showed up? Wasn't it around noon? Or is
Yeah.
it later?
Yeah.
Cool. So it's about 25 minutes out from one after. And you were the first of the party to show up, outside of Arthur, who has to be there since the beginning. And he's, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, Arthur is being harassed from the sidelines of, Your Highness, you're pacing. From Michaela. Off to the side.
I don't think he's pacing. I think he's just like tapping his foot rapidly.
Even worse, she would just casually go, Is there a tune I'm not hearing? To try and lighten the mood.
In my head.
Is it... She does the same thing I just did, just, is it? No. She cuts herself off. My apologies, Your Highness. You're handling this as best as you can. And while you're kind of ish, I assume, looking towards Michaela, mostly as a formality of persons talking, you do hear the other two approach.
Hey.
There's like a semi-formal, but definitely not formal enough, little half bow from Caliban because he feels weird fully bowing at Arthur. Like, I'm not sure what the dynamic is here. I'm not sure what to do.
Helia just like again, like sort of I don't know what to do here either. Little curtsy, pats Caliban on the shoulder in solidarity.
They nod at each other.
Arthur, you know those two don't really see it, but both of the knights out of view from them kind of turn their heads in opposite directions, and you hear the smallest huff of a laugh from both of them.
Arthur as quietly as possible so that they only know is you're stuck here now.
You can't do that to us.
Caliban just sort of goes, I assumed that was the point.
Ugh.
I will say, Caliban, because you're taller than him, you do see over him, and the most obvious known presences are his parents and a guy you kind of recognize. He's well known enough. You don't recognize his title that much, but you know he's in uniform. He's wearing his badges, but you just kind of go, Lex's dad? Like, that's all you know.
Like, sort of like stanced up like Lex, and she's like connecting the math gift, that woman trying to do math.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I think that Caliban also liked where only the two of them can hear. Mostly at Helia at first, and he just sort of goes, he gestures sort of very discreetly to Alex and goes, I'm going to stand there. You're free to join. And then he also turns to Arthur and goes, I'm not sure what the protocol is here, but if you're not going to stand with your parents, you know where I'll be.
Arthur, you know that there's, because of how it's mostly nobility and close family that are in here, because of both the status he was trying to earn and the status he had from his lineage. It's a mostly close-knit, but it is publicly known that it's happening. So to be careful and kind. So there's not really a procedure because everyone here is going to be respectful anyway. It's mostly just don't be a dick, you know?
Mhm.
So I'm pretty sure Arthur just goes, right, other things have procedure. Fuck. Hold on. Gotta lock in.
Caliban's so conscientious of the procedure, even if he has fuck all idea of what it is.
Meanwhile, the motherfucker should know what it is. Where am I? Um, Dad. I will say, talking to Lex, Arthur knows this. Lex, as a above-board formality, and have a reason as to not attend, is paying for it out of pocket. The whole thing. For each day, he is paying for it out of pocket, and he is paying for whatever is needed. And you know it's just to keep people off his ass. If he could have gotten away with not being involved at all, he would have. His only act of respect is not attending.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah, that'll cover the whole thing.
The whole thing.
No. He's just like, God damn, that's so much. Here's $20.
God damn it. Yeah, don't worry. Anyway. So, that's a thing. You also sadly do know, jokingly, Arthur, it's actually a good thing he's chosen actively not to show up and be the worst man alive. You're kind of grateful that he met Vivian. Because Vivian's at fault for that, and you know that 110%. You grew up with this bastard. He would have trash-talked the man while he's already dead.
Yeah, that or someone would have prompted it to him.
Uh-huh. So it's just like, alright, maybe having a high wind around is a good thing. But, you know, he's not there and he won't show up, but otherwise. Correct me if I'm wrong, Arthur's only surprise at them showing up is that they showed up first out of the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Knowing how not close they were.
Yeah, Razz was more closer to...
Mm-hmm. As was Lance, but mostly in a playful spar kind of thing. Like with Lex. Until recently. I think that's the only surprise. What does Arthur do? Does it just let them in and let them go?
Yeah, just don't cause trouble. That's really it.
It's the only procedure.
Oh, cross trouble. Yep. Easy enough.
Mm-hmm. So, Caliban, you and Helia are led inside. Arthur's anxiety is going to kill him with a gun, eventually. Your meds, baby girl. Fucking goddamn it.
Take them, buddy.
I truly feel that this is the only time where Caliban might accidentally drag Helia a little bit as he goes over to Alex.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to move your token?
I can't do it.
What do you mean you can't do it? Did I not?
I don't know how. If I can do it, I do not know how.
I can move it. How close are you getting?
I figured it out. Hold on. I was honestly gonna say there's so little room between Helia and Alex now, so he's truly just right there.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Scooter. Let me in.
You notice as you walk past, both of you walk past Gwen. She's a well-known figure. You know her name is Grandmaster Gwen. No one calls her Gwen outside of close friends. And even then, Gwenin is hard to hear. She's nods at both of you, more specifically to Caliban as a Ventera than anything else, but she's polite, and she steps back to give you some space.
Yeah, there's definitely like a mutual nod of just being like, I've been nodded at.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know who this person is? He's not in his information mind palace right now.
He's busy. But as you approach the woman who's taller than Alex, which is not usual, but you vaguely recognize her. she talks to everybody. No one knows what her actual house name is. She's just called Mama or Lady Drama. Lady of what kind, you don't know. You, Caliban, kind of acknowledge how she dresses and how she holds herself, and she probably calls herself Lady intentionally to see how people react. She's probably a higher station.
Yeah, I think there's a again a little nod, almost bow. Probably definitely not as casually deep as it was for Arthur, but still like right there. And there's like a little, I think like a shoulder bump with Alex, and like a quick check in to see how he's doing.
It's rather simple. He looks. What's your insight again? I know it's pretty high.
I have a passive of 20.
Okay. So it's rather simple. Your brother is not necessarily one for hiding his emotions. It's just he knows when to show them. It's more of a there's a time and a place for that, Professor Oak style. Like, he's busy.
I definitely think he's checking in to be like, am I encountering work brother or brother?
Insight-wise, it's a mix of both. He is making sure nothing untoward is happening because you've told him a thing less than a week ago. Well, a little over a week ago. And he seems to have handled it well. As far as you know.
And a quick thing: do either of them seem to recognize Helia at all?
Both of them do. They do look at her, and you recognize the look of recognition, but it looks more like connection of word association more than anything else. Because Helia does not make it very unclear who she is.
Yeah. Caliban was just worried about names and was like, brother, this is new friend.
He nods and gives you the one moment. And they're speaking in a language you don't fully recognize.
Which one?
I don't remember which languages you know. Probably a lot
exactly.
of them. Fucking Rangers.
Accidental polyglot, just a little bit though.
A little bit.
You should tell me what it is.
Yes, maybe one of us knows it.
Shut. Anyway.
I speak common English, common Chinese, common Spanish, abyssal, celestial, deep speech, and druidic.
You're pissing me off.
And I've got Greek and Elvish.
I'm going to. How do you know nice? I'm tired.
We go over this every year.
I'm tired.
Know why?
I know. That's why I stopped myself. I'm getting better. Anyway. No. Fucking one of you does. Probably both of you. They're, surprisingly, for some reason, at a fucking flag bearer's funeral, speaking in deep speech. Gloom.
Yeah, okay, it might as well happen. Yeah, we both speak that.
And they're, despite using a weird language to speak in, they're mostly formal. It's a back and forth of making sure nothing bad is happening, because, as far as you know, Alex does not have any classes. He is just a noble. And yet, you know...
Yeah, if he has a class, I'm gonna stab you, personally.
What do you mean? You just don't... Listen.
I just don't want.
You don't know everything, jackass.
I know I don't know everything, but okay.
No.
Yeah.
You assume it's because some people genuinely speak it as their first language, as Gloom Afflicted, and that's really it, as far as you can tell right now.
But they seem to be worried, maybe?
Less worried and more investigative is the close I'm getting to it. They're not sure what happened. They did not get any information. However, it's less of a disrespectful, I want to figure it out, and more of a respectful, they're the type of people where something bad and odd happened, they would like to prevent it for anybody else.
I think
That's what they're doing.
I think Caliban in deep speech, just a quick like, we can talk about it later.
Alex nods. Quickly drops it. However, with polyglot nonsense, you also go here. He has to remember how to speak normally. She, however, seems to take it very, very much an easy way path of just, thanks for a second, waves a hand as if dismissing the actual physical language from her brain.
Love that.
And she just
Beautiful.
speaks in English, but she does have a slight accent of, you're not sure where it's from. The closest I can get is you're pretty sure she's from an Asian area. But that's it. It's so light I can't even translate it. You know? You just have good hearing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she goes, "It's good to see you."
To me?
To you.
He little trying not to be too outwardly happy at a funeral,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a dog, so there's like the slightest of little tail wags, and he goes, "Likewise."
She looks between the other three people that are in front of her. Looks to Alex, and you recognize this look amongst nobles. They were talking about something before the non-serious topic that was very serious. And the look is exchanged, and Alex gives the response of, yeah, sure, basically. And goes, "This might come across as a little strange, but, Duke Ventera here decided to inform me of something, and I would, after the funeral, would like to ask you both if it's true."
There's like a small little head tilt, but he goes, "Of course."
I would just say it in your minds, but not everybody likes that sort of sensation. I am respectful
There's
at least of that.
Yeah, there's a thought, and he goes, I consent."
Looks to Helia intentionally, addressing her directly. "Is that all right?"
Yeah, I don't mind.
Looks at Alex again very open, "Are you sure?" look. And Alex just goes, you recognize this look he's giving of, it cannot get any worse.
Oh, buddy.
So automatically, Caliban, with your insight, you know what he was talking to her about. And she confirms it by connecting to you both with a little bit of a magical knock on your brain palace, more or less. And she just goes, "I was unaware that the lot of you, my apologies. I was unaware of the things you recall of the past." And she's being very ominous and cryptic, but it's not hard to tell what she's referring to.
Oh yeah, there's an immediate like very loud in his head. "Oh, the time moves."
The felt sensation of less of a yes verbally and more of a nod. I've known the whole time. I just didn't know when you had remembered, is all. And how much you did. I'm a very old woman. I know a lot of things. You're free to talk to me afterwards of what you recall, and I can fill in some blanks as best as I can. But, for now, she visibly looks over towards the closed casket. And back to you. This is a bit of an odd circumstance. I'm a bit concerned. That's all.
How much
Hmm.
of Caliban's forefront thoughts would be in her head?
It's not. It's literally just a telepathic connection. She can just hear back
Okay.
and forth.
Okay, cool.
You actually
Yeah.
have to say it.
Cool. Yeah, so there's just I think that would be for the best. And he turns to Helia to check in if she's like comfortable and everything.
No more nervous than she looks in any other situation.
Mm-hmm. This is, and you hear another soft voice as a more of a departure from the telepathy of, again, later. I will be around. I'm usually handling magical business anyway. And leaves. Your brains.
Yeah, I will say, is there like any other bits for this little scene? Are we moving on to Razz and Lance?
Unless you guys have, you two have something you want to say to either of them, it would be moving to them. Yeah.
Anything from you, Taylor?
No, I got nothing.
Yeah. Just for a flavor, there is like the faintest, only I honestly intended for only Alex and Helia to be able to hear, but just
Mhm.
the faintest little attempt at comfort purring from Caliban.
That's
Mhm.
adorable.
Mhm. Uh, the visual cues suggest that Alex does hear it, but he's vibing. He's vibing in the sense of this week has been horrendous.
This week sucks.
Nice.
It can
Yeah,
literally
I
it
think
cannot get worse.
See things like
I do
that.
think I do think Caliban also met his niece a few days ago.
Yes, the baby.
Yeah. So there's a lot of emotions. Alex did say he would have a crash out scheduled for after he saw his daughter.
Mm-hmm. It, jokingly, would Caliban have gone back the day after to see how he's dealing with it? Just like a quick
Yeah,
statement.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Caliban, he was actually physically sparring with his dad's familiar. It is the only.
The lady? How did
Yeah,
that go? Who won?
Alex did.
Uh,
It is the only
God,
indication that Caliban has to any sort of physical training that Alex would have ever gotten. To be able to one up a literal devil of a familiar.
God, my headphones just cuffed me really quickly.
Uh-huh.
So what was the last bit you said?
He was able to physically overpower a literal devil as a familiar.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's got a
Yeah, I was
condition.
gonna give.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was gonna give context. Like, the familiar is a beautiful demonic woman. So it's
Mhm.
just like, that's an entire lady. How are you doing?
Nope. That's an entire
Are we
lady.
sure?
Mhm.
Are we sure Alex doesn't have a class? What can I roll for that?
We'll get to that.
What can I roll? What can I roll?
No! Give me a second.
Tell
Anyway.
me. Okay.
No.
Okay, bye.
Grabs your mouth. Razz, when do you plan to head out? You're free to not attend the first day, but on the second, you might be pressured to by the nobles, as you're known to be his friend.
I do think she would probably put it off until the second day. Not out of lack of love or desire to be there, but out of fear of like
Mhm.
that finality of actually seeing his body.
Mhm. I will say, Lance probably also had the same feeling of, I do not want to have that physical confirmation in my line of sight. Like, seeing the body. So he intentionally fucking text directly. He does not use the group chat right now. I don't think anybody does. Because one of the last statements in it is from Aster.
Fuck.
Like above
Sorry.
board. I'm not sure if it's in the server, but it's from Aster, one of them. Within the last
Okay.
5 for sure.
Out.
So I don't think anybody looks at it right now. And Lance texts, I think, Arthur, and asks if it's closed or open casket. Just very politely. Towards the end of the day when nobody's there, and I think Arthur's kind of confused why they're not there.
What has his dad decided?
His... Are you asking what Julius would have provided?
Yeah.
Julius would have asked to have an open casket for him and the family, but for others closed. Even friends. So.
Okay, so closed.
And I think Lance is a little more soothed, and he doesn't feel great about it, but it feels kinder. Less of a finality, I think. Not that it isn't just different. And informs Razz of it's not open casket. It is closed. If that helps at all. And Lance just kind of cracks the half nervous grin of, certainly helps me. I might go without if you still want to wait. I'll go with you either time. Just offering. And he's like nervously rambling, for the record.
Yeah. Upon being prompted, she definitely follows his lead, but it's a little bit reluctant. It's just kind of like, okay, because we have to do this. And we have to do this.
He nods. He fidgets a little bit, and I think you both head to different rooms in the same area and get dressed up. It's awkward and not feels great, because usually dressing up implies dancing or something, and nobody thinks about attending a funeral in similarly nice clothes. Nice things are normally not things you lose. So.
Yes. I would love to also just a little detail where Razz is usually like very colorful, lots of layers, lots of accessories. It's a very like plain black, like turtleneck and pants, like the like nice clothing, but not it's very like
not her normal flair.
No.
I think Lance tries at first to accessorize, but nothing feels right. Nothing feels good. Nothing feels like something Aster would point out and say, really, dude? You know, that kind of thing, and also dresses a little more plainly. And he's quiet. The walk there, just checking in on you every so often. And he is from a noble family, sort of as are you, if I recall correctly, but not fully. Not raised noble, but you have the rank. He, however, was raised noble, so he instinctively holds out a hand more than an arm when you get there, towards the end of the day. Well, late in the night.
Razz definitely takes it like just as like a studying thing.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't speak much back, but somewhere along the lines, she does say something along the lines of, "I'm glad we're going together. I'm glad it's you." Respectfully, like to everybody else, but
it's the
they
first...
have similar grieving styles. So.
Mm-hmm. Lance does that little side-to-side shuffle as he helps you to his side, and it doesn't ever feel good not to have something to lighten the atmosphere, but this is not really the time for it, huh? And he laughs, but in that sense of he doesn't know what else to do. Then for the record, Lance does not look like his normal cosplay tiefling self, as it were. He looks normal. Human. It's a look he doesn't normally have. It's one he, I think, has said that isn't his anymore, but he uses it when needed. he looks like his old self before the change. And he's nice and prim and proper. And I assume you both walk up to Arthur, who's probably leaned up against one of the gate pillars, waiting still. Because he was texted. I assume he was like, oh, they're not showing up. Really late message asking about the status of the casket. That's why you didn't. Fuck you guys. Come here. Like, you're pissing me off. Like,
The other two were here first.
that's
He's not
how.
gonna say that. He's not gonna say that, but
God, dude. That's why you guys are. But he gets it, I assume, after years of knowing them, how they grieve.
yeah.
It's more of an irritation of he's been up all day and people are harassing him off and on in a noble way, and he just wants to disintegrate a little bit. I will ask the other two. Are you still there when they show up?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say there are other people that are still there, namely the king and queen and thus Simon. Staria, the lady who you only heard muttering stuff under her breath, and you can only assume it's a prayer of some kind. A well wishes more than anything else, and she dipped out softly and quietly, offering a bow to the royals and an apology for their suffering, and dips out, and she's polite about it. The detective, most of you recognize him. He's polite about it, but he's an odd presence, and he was wandering around the whole day, as if trying to find something. Above board, he did sense that someone's here. I don't see them. Like, where are you?
Razz, your coven member. They're causing chaos.
No, so you want to understand the vibe I'm going for of I know you're here, but I cannot see you?
Yeah.
It's that one fucking Daredevil comic where he walks in alone and it's just like, you shouldn't have came here alone. Who said I was alone? And in the fucking corner, there's Spider-Man? It's that, but the dude's invisible.
Incredible.
Where the hell are you? I know you're here. Like, two people have already gone, there's a person here. Surely. But no. Walks around, does not find what he's looking for, or who he's looking for. Shrugs. Nothing has happened the whole day, so if anything was going to, it would have. And politely dips, and just like Staria, offers an apology for their suffering, as if it's not an actual proper funeral procession, when it's not really a suffering thing, of more of a respect thing. Does remind Arthur specifically of, you know where my offices are should you need my assistance. Does not inform him whether or not he's gotten any information, just if you need me, you know where my office is. There's a few people in and out. People who briefly spoke to Aster, a few people who knew his father, and a few people who claimed to have known his mother. But no one that you recognize. And you know Julius is a little further away, probably having a moment, obviously. But he's still there as well. Razz, along with Lance, you did walk up past him, and he did not even acknowledge you two. So I imagine that didn't help either.
So, was he walking away while we approached Arthur, or am I misunderstanding this?
He's, from your perspective, he's about 15, 20 feet away from the actual gated entrance to where the casket is, where Arthur is leaning against the pillar. He's probably been standing upright all day, because he's an idiot and anxious. And I know that for a fact. His impulse control is not present. So it's like he's a good distance away. And he's sitting down, kind of head in between his knees. He doesn't sound like he's in tears, just silent. It doesn't help. He's there, but he's not on the map. So Lance approaches, kind of looks sheepish, and looks over at you, Razz.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you say anything?
I think we should check on Arthur first.
Oh yeah, the approach was to Arthur next to the pillar.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad, my bad. Sorry.
The map, baby girl. I have one for a reason.
Sorry.
You're good.
I have a lot of stuff on my screen. But,
You're good.
First of all, Razz would like to offer Arthur like a hand, doesn't just want to take his hand because long fucking day, funeral, done with it. But offers the hand and just kind of how's it been? I mean, I know not good, it's never good, but how are you?
I'm just exhausted. Been standing up all day. And kind of just here. Kind of being the gatekeeper. How are you two?
Oh, you know, just jazzed. That's like very obviously sarcastic, like, you know, also tired in a different way, not in like the serving the public way, but in the
It's
tightness.
I can't say that.
chest.
Damn it.
What happened?
No,
Sorry,
I was
I
gonna make a
missed
joke. Sorry.
You can make it.
Lance
Make it.
would, but he's gonna get hit. No, Lance wouldn't. No, hold on. He's not that stupid. Not anymore. Not after the lecture. He looks like he's gonna say something and then thinks better of it. Above board, it's serving grief.
Cries and tears.
Does Caliban fucking hear this?
No, Lance does not say it.
No, he better.
No! God damn it. I'm not making Lance say that. He's better than that.
No, Mia's not better.
Shut up. She's right there. She's not even paying
I'm
attention.
looking at her. She is asleep.
Gone.
Did she just say something to you? It speaks?
No, she's literally in a coma.
No, I don't think Lance would say that immediately. I think he'd consider it visibly. Just, that's not the time to say that.
Raz puts a hand on his shoulder, like, wait.
Do not say that. Watch it.
He's keeping it in the chamber.
He's loading a gun as we speak. Arthur is at least. He's got one. Technically.
Technically.
Don't worry about that though. Don't worry about the paladin with a gun. Nor the rogue with a gun at that point, anyway. No one needs that. So, Lance normally speaks up and goes, it's, weird. So you kind of forget after a time, you know? How easy it is to go from thinking you're at the top of the world and then buried underneath it. And he smiles awkwardly in the sense of he's been here before.
Well, Helia, Caliban over there, if you want to go near there, or if you want your own little corner, you're welcome to.
Lance looks around you a little bit and sees your parents and Simon. And nobody aside from you knows Simon's rank, really, for good reason. So it's just the visible confusion on Lance's face for a second of, huh? Looks at you, lowers his voice a bit. Why is Lex's dad here?
Hmm.
You know it's not bad to say his rank and duty to the
Yeah.
royals. It's just that he doesn't advertise it or brag about it because it's a tough job.
It's his job to be here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I never knew. He doesn't seem the type. And that's all he says. Like, what is that? I feel like Arthur's just like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean by that?
Who's the type?
Who's the type to throw their life on the line for the royals, huh? What are we getting into here? You're friends with... Never mind. You're catching me out of pocket?
If anything, this is a sign of where Lex got it from.
Truly. Whose dog is that? I think Simon's.
We cannot reference that video in session. I cannot begin to send the context. We will get canceled on Twitter.
Not Twitter. Anyway.
You keep Simon off Twitter.
No, it's a bit. Not the. Shut up. Anyway, you're not here.
You're not here.
Shut the fuck up, Avery. My god. He's over there. He interrupted. So it's... Lance politely knows his rank, and this is a ranked situation. He does a proper bow. You didn't even know he knew how to do that, so it comes across as a little strange at first. He steps around you. And moves off to the side. And, Razz, I assume you're right next to Arthur right now, for the time being?
Yes.
Do you say anything, or do you just walk past?
I think, after this little interaction between them, seeing that tiredness on Arthur's face, it kind of makes her want to, it's out of a place of concern, but it's also out of a place of, it's easier to focus on your hurt than my hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably gonna stick around with him for a little bit, but she will part in a moment. But just starts off with
Right.
I know you're tired, but is there anything I can do? I can get you jazzed with a little magic, or get you a coffee, or just something.
Dangerous for me to have coffee, but I'll take it.
Razz, you didn't see anybody off to the side. They're very good at being ignored. There's a guy off to your right who goes, Your Highness, you know how you get on coffee. Maybe if you would take your medicine more often. And then Michaela goes, Don't, that's not our business. He's free to do what he wants. It's like fucking Dumb and Dumber between those two. Do not.
No coffee for me then.
Oh.
The lady does
tried.
speak up. She looks equally tired, but in the there's a bunch of grieving, crying, weeping people all day. Help me. She's the. I'll say it for Arthur's sake. Michaela is a nobody as well. She's full nobody. There's nothing wrong with her. She was just like that. Nothing happened to her. She was born that way.
No drama.
No
is
trauma. She's just like that. She literally has to mimic everything. So she doesn't understand most of it. She gets that he was important, but that's it. So she's just like, probably a refill of his water would be best. Because he keeps forgetting to drink water today.
Smart. You are smart.
I happen to be. It's what I do. Someone has to be. Half spoken to the knight across the way, just holding up his hands like, don't at me. I'm not here. Neither of us are. Shut up.
This
Arthur.
is a Wendy's.
This is a Wendy's. Arthur probably is only able to not melt into a disintegration of ash between these two constantly bouncing between comedy and seriousness. I think that's the only reason they've insisted on staying the whole day. Because they do genuinely care, it's just they show it in the worst way possible.
Razz does take that seriously, though, and goes through whatever motions must be done to find Arthur water.
It's not that hard. Honestly, you're a druid. I think you could have easily figured out the create water spell. You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's right there. If anything, it's not too far from like a water fountain, more or less. So
Right.
it's like nobody really wants to go too far. And Razz, it takes you a second time of walking kind of inside the building where the casket is
Yes.
to notice something. It's like out of the corner of your eye that you're just like, I swear to God. You don't even look at him. You're just like, I think it's the exhale that you're trying to stifle of, really, dude. It's just like, if I give him away, he's gonna stab me. He loves you, or he is going to stab you if you give away his position.
Mm.
So it's like, do you give it away at all that you know someone's there?
I don't know. She doesn't have a whole lot of spoons to like hide her initial reaction, but there is this very like slight tinge of irritation. It feels like this like thing that is sacred to her and her friends it's being observed, and she knows that's also just what they do, and like she tries to swallow that reaction and that feeling, but it is like the initial knee-jerk like, what the fuck, man?
It's the Umbrella Academy gif. Just like, dude. He's like, what? In reaction, they're just like, I'm explicitly here for my job. Hey, what? But he's like, you understand he's being polite in his observations. The irritation probably fades when you notice that nothing seems to have been disrupted by his specialty specifically. It seems like he's genuinely keeping an eye. More of a guard dog than a rat, more or less. He's being respectful, just an annoyance.
Yes, exactly.
I will say, Caliban, you probably did hear Arthur start to talk. And then you probably watched Lance walk in and kind of dissociate for 2 seconds. 2 seconds as in he's gone.
Yeah, I have been waiting for a time to say this, but I think ever since Razz walked in, Caliban, I think the reason why I so without hesitation said that Caliban is still there is because he showed up for Alex and then has been progressively nervously watching Arthur. He's just like, my God, man. And so ever since Razz has shown up, he's sending like he's just staring with very like tiny pleading face of like, come here, breathe. My God, man, I'm gonna die.
I will say, if you were watching that entire time, you would have seen the moment that Arthur took out his phone, had a slight reaction of basically the look of really, and then texted something back and put it away. So you assume that's right before they came over. Razz is there. Did walk away briefly, and you see the exchange of basically a thermos that Arthur had been handed by one of the knights next to him of just, dude, at least drink water. Your anxiety, please. You're good. There are 17 people who will kill a man for you right now. Chill, breathe. But it's just polite, quiet. Do you get their attention in any way, either of you?
I'm just boldly staring.
Helia?
Helia's she's here. She sure is here.
She's having a moment of, all of my friends are upset in some capacity, and their family members are upset in some capacity. We weren't really all that close. Why am I here?
Yeah.
Help. So, it's odd. Razz, what is your passive perception? I assume it's automatically going to be docked a little bit because you're dying in a hole. In character.
My passive perception is 18.
I would say because of your mental state and the way you are completely focused, it takes you a moment to acknowledge the look that's being given to you from a fair distance away. It's a little odd to try and recognize Caliban because he's in a suit. You're very much used to whatever the hell he decided to be wearing before.
Okay, first of all, I'm so sorry. He mostly wears leather. He is just like that. Second of all, he is a 6'5" red man. What do you mean it's a little hard to recognize him? What other 6'5" red man just passed up?
It's like, have you ever had someone that's always consistently in the same aesthetic and then suddenly they're in a different outfit and they Clark Kented you? Like, that's what I mean. Of like, you're never seen in nice clothing.
Nice clothes, his fuck-ass cape, however.
Yeah.
Like, headshot is still the exact fucking same. His hair is always pristine because he's autistic about it.
Right. So it's like, yeah, you do. I think it's genuinely just the trying to recognize that it's final, that that's a casket. This is a funeral. And she's not paying attention for the first few seconds. It's just checking in on Arthur, realizing slowly, snail's pace, that this is real. You're free to correct me if I'm wrong, though, Song.
No, that is exactly it. That's also like part of why she was like, let me go get water, even if I can make it right here.
Gotta go.
I just can't walk the fuck in.
Uh-huh.
A large part of it is also like Arthur has taken on the brunt of this responsibility of caring for the dead, which is so intimidating and huge and just crazy to her also. So she's, I don't know. Yeah, it takes her a second to recognize her friends are there at all. Once she does, she gravitates towards them as a familiar presence, but sticks as close to the wall as she can because somehow being closer to the body makes it worse.
I feel like it's a moment of if she thinks of the situation as closer to the body, she'll die instantly. Because that's now, I cannot do this. My mania needs to stop. Grabs it, deletes it. Because mechanically speaking, also, that's an object now.
I think you killed Zahn.
Hey, Mera.
I'm trying just so hard
Mera.
to leave.
No, Mera's gotta leave the call. That's it.
And now
I can't move my token, and now I'm weeping.
Campaign's over.
What do you mean you can't move your token? I grabbed it from yours. This sucks. Can you actually not move it for some reason?
No, I cannot.
Where the hell are we?
You said object, and we're in a special kind of hell now.
This sucks. Oh my god. Ah!
The hell's that?
Don't worry. I'm dying, dude. You don't understand. Also, I think the token you assigned to the second sheet only has the default token as its drag and drop. That's what happened, by the way. Huh. It's fine. Let me try and fucking figure out what this shit is. Hold on, here's her. Can you move it at all? None?
Aha.
Hmm. Yeah.
Guys, let's just find a bridge all together.
No. Leave me alone.
I hear there's a one in Point Pleasant that breaks quite often.
No!
Let's do it.
It's so funny you say that. Quick lore dump. There's a bridge in West Virginia where not one, but at least two of my family members have committed suicide. So I guess it's a family tradition at this point.
No!
Right.
We can't have shit on this call.
Legend.
No! Mm.
All right, lock in. Lock in.
I don't know if we can,
Lock in.
dude. This is supposed to be a serious session. I fucked it.
We're peeing.
It's unserious for our mental health. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Uh-huh. Jokingly, if you were here, no, it wouldn't be. I can't stop. Oh god. He's right there, dude. He's gonna get me.
Not if you get him first.
Clearly. I'm sorry. That was too quick. We're gonna move on. So, Razz, you stick close to the walls. What you what you got there? Are you having fun with your token?
It says push to talk shit. I pressed the push to talk and it just fucked everything up. I'm sorry.
You're good. I just think it's funny.
She's just running. Running away.
No.
Not really. So, how long you guys been here?
You come here often?
You come here often? Trying to
Caliban, how
remain.
long have we been here?
Caliban blinks one eye at a time.
That long.
I will say there's not really any good, reliable windows in here for a reason. Among other things, people can be caught off guard if it's a target, you know?
Yeah.
However, Lady Drama, Mama, kind of goes at the. Does Helios ask of like, how long have we been here?
Yeah.
She calmly addresses all three of you. Alex, he looks like he wants to leave, but it's also he's being respectful to his brother, because neither of them have spoken up on wanting to leave yet, because they're dying. She speaks
They're
up.
both too autistic for this.
Surprisingly, no, he's not. Caliban is. Alex is not. He's got something worse.
He will be when I'm done with him.
Stop! Anyway. God damn it. So Lady Drama speaks up a little bit at the prompt of how long have we been here? I believe it's around 2 hours to midnight right now. So whenever you arrived. I was not keeping track.
Caliban quietly, nearly 12 hours.
Oh, I see.
And Alex speaks up of, it's knew as soon as that was said that freaking none of that team is mentally well and stable. So it's just very calmly speaking up and going, people were here at dawn. Don't fret too much.
Oh, okay.
I've been dissociating the whole time.
And I will say, it's a 3-day thing. You are early by default, ma'am.
Yeah.
You are fine.
Is Razz sobbing? What's happening?
No, like definitely almost, but just you can't. She's definitely wearing dark glasses. She's always wearing sunglasses, but these ones are just like blackout, where usually there's some kind of color.
Calvin is like concerned dog, just like hug. Like doesn't say it out loud, but like offers arm.
For once, where Razz is usually like very would be welcoming of it, it's kind of this thing of if she falls into that hug, she's just gonna fucking lose it. So she kind of tightens her lips and is just like, thanks. Not right now.
There's like a quiet girl look. Just like, this is a funeral. Crying is the point.
Gross.
In public.
Gross. Clears her throat a little bit. So who's this? Who's this that has so graciously kept track of the time?
The lady across from you is like, comparatively speaking, I think the heights I got confused with is Razz is the taller of the group, right?
Yeah, she's pretty tall.
She's either 6 or 6'1".
I think she's 6 on the dot.
Mm-hmm. God damn. Stop. So you have to kind of look around Caliban because he's 6'5", correctly?
Yeah.
She's not that tall, but she's almost exactly your height, maybe a fucking millimeter or so off. Even with, and you notice she's definitely wearing heels, but not egregious ones. They're respectful. The noble lady thing, if anybody knows what I'm referring to. And she smiles, holds up a hand, and you don't recognize her, but I can only explain her whole deal as, like, witchcraft gothic, and that's it. I can't even say Morticia Adams. It's not really that. It's worse. She's the most fancily dressed, but it still seems simple, comparatively. It's like she just looks like that all the time anyway, kind of response. She always looks like she's prepared for a funeral, is what you guess. And she waves a little bit in a nice way and just goes, Lady Gemma, I'm a friend, I believe. In some cases.
Caliban goes, she's in the loop.
Like the loop, or just the loop?
The loop.
Oh, okay.
He also gestures to Alex. He goes, my brother, also.
Hey.
He just nods. He's having the normal fucking person response, is all you can tell of, if he does know about the time loops now, he's having the normal response of, we're gonna address all of that over a certain period of time, or I will collapse instantly. So
Yeah, this is
This
not a
this-
right here conversation.
Alex is sort of, this affects the broader circus, but not necessarily the fun.
My brother's circus is over there, but I did fund it, so that kind of thing.
Yes.
And
I haven't become the party sugar daddy yet.
stop. You're not gonna. There's a prince and a lord commander. Fuck you.
I'm busy.
You're pissing me off. I love that none of you have actually asked either of them how much money they have.
I assume they're busy.
Arthur does not have as much money as you think, and technically Lex has more than him. This is the funny thing. Don't worry about that, though.
That's why Arthur's the wife.
Don't say it like that! You're gonna get me killed! Anyway. Moving on. Lady Gemma kind of looks around for a second. You have no idea how long she's been there. You just know that Alex was already talking to her when you got here, Caliban, with Helia. She looks around. She doesn't look any more tired or less tired or anything like that. She just looks around for a second. You see her look directly where, or as you know, Ori is standing. She makes no indication that she sees him. But that's a very specific spot to look at, you know?
Taking a mental note that she has some kind of ability to make her more like sensory inclined. Even if she can't see him, she knows he's there.
Her poker face, beautiful, but that's a very specific location, you know?
Yes,
She
especially
then looks...
with no one else in that corner.
Correct. The only thing that she could I feel like with the three of you being kind of either the smartest or the most socially inclined in some capacity, the only thing she could claim looking towards in that direction is unfortunately the king and queen. Because it's in the direction, but it's not where she's looking, you know?
Yeah.
So she looks back at you all and politely curtsies. I have something I need to attend to. Should you all need me, feel free to get the attention of one of my ravens. They'll be around. And she nods at everyone and goes to leave. And you notice she's very careful to avoid what looks like the things on the map are correct. I imagine there is a ring of personally placed like lights or candles of some kind from everyone who's visited, even in a formality, and she's careful to avoid them. Whether out of respect or otherwise, you're not sure. Everyone she passes gives her a nod. And she goes to leave and stops next to you, Arthur. She just look at you again.
Yes.
She looks from you to the casket, and then to your parents and Simon, back to you. She smiles oddly, in that sense of she knows something. Just from that quick look over. Same offer goes to you, Your Highness. If you have need of my services, search for a raven. They'll deliver the message. And leaves. Nothing else. A very ominous offer, and she leaves.
Of course, this is what I needed. Yeah.
You know she's always like this, but that was odd for her. You grew up around this woman. According to your mother, she was young when she was just starting out. So you have no fucking clue. Maybe she's just built like that. And she leaves. Arthur, you go to like try to figure out what she was possibly could have caught on to for like 2 seconds. Literally, you look away and then back quicker than you have ever. And within the literally blink of an eye, she's gone. Like, she didn't even walk away, she left.
Oof.
Gone. And slightly off to the side, kind of hovering on top of the pillar, where Julius is now leaning up against, looking at the sky. There's a small baby raven hovering near him.
What was that last bit?
There's a small baby raven hovering near him on the top of the pillar. Julius, I mean.
Oh.
She's gone, but there's a raven over there.
Just there, yeah, sitting there.
He's standing up now and looking at the sky. He hasn't moved, more or less.
Okay, before I do this, could someone tell Aster that he's royally fucked me?
Yeah?
Just someone tell him that?
Yeah, let's go tell Yuffie that he's fucked Arthur.
Yeah, I screamed across the house for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, hold on, he's approaching.
He's approaching?
He's rapidly
yeah,
approaching your location.
Kate sort of is doing a roleplay moment, and Kate just goes, real quick, can someone let Aster know he's fucked me? And I go, hey, Yuffie, please.
Bless you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
You fuck, bitch, I'm dead. I don't gotta deal with it.
That's kind of the problem, asshole.
We're gonna keep the server. No.
God damn it. Go on. Go on. Mute and argue with him over there.
She laughs at it.
Arthur will approach Julius.
He does visually acknowledge you, just turns his head slightly. He doesn't feel the need to be formal. He doesn't bow or anything. He doesn't say anything either.
How are you holding up?
You see him try to find the right words, and you know it's probably not going to come out the way he likes. After a moment, he pinches the bridge of his nose and rubs at his eyes. You notice then that the reason why he was probably having his head in between his knees when he was sitting is because he was silently crying. His eyes are red, his cheeks are puffy. Just... no one ever really tells you the feeling you get when you've outlived everything. Everything. And he looks down again.
Couldn't imagine.
I don't want this pain inflicted on anybody. To watch everything, anything you care about move behind you while you keep moving forward. But no need to get stuck. He sounds like he's saying it as a reassurance to himself, not really as a word of advice. How do you do?
It's getting late, or?
It's around 10:30 at this point at night on the first day of the week.
Okay, since it's the end, he's standing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's standing leaning up against one of the outside pillars. It doesn't have a top of it, so the raven is kind of looking down at you. Tiny little baby raven.
What are the words I was thinking? Since it's getting late, I think for the last bit of this day, he'll just like hang right here. Since no one else
Mhm.
that he's alone and he's had his time alone.
Mhm.
So might as well have someone there.
He kind of catches on to what you're doing, even if it's not stated. And there's not really a smile, more of a expression of fond acknowledgement. It takes a solid 10 minutes before he says anything to you again. And when he does, it's quiet. It's the most serious you've ever heard Julius, outside of the stories your mother used to tell of adventuring with him. I see why my son liked you. He spoke highly of you.
It's fucked considering how he lived.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know.
Nothing. I
He doesn't
know.
know. That's
I know.
fucked. How's this feel, motherfucker?
He keeps his mouth fucking shut.
Mm-hmm. It's a... You've been up all day, Your Highness. It's more of a teasing tone. You should sit. I doubt the rest of your friends would like to see you. And he does actually smile now. Just work yourself to death. Just, again, another tease of trying to get you to at least groan, at the very minimum. Just stop. This is a funeral. Goddamn. Your son is there. Hey! Like, stop! This is a Herald thing. Listen, I know this. Their humor sucks. It is Tristan's fault.
Yeah. Okay, so let's both have a seat.
I've sat long enough. I am an old man. If I sit any longer, my legs will not work. You, on the other hand, are young.
I'm sure he told you I was stubborn.
Yes, so is he. So was he. He corrects.
Then I'll stand.
What was that?
So then I'll stand.
He holds up his hand of the... Okay. He doesn't say anything else. You do notice, I think, with your perception, however, in his outfit, simple like everyone else, polite like everyone else, there is an odd little trinket that is half tied around his neck and half... It's clearly in two pieces. One is made into an earring and one is a necklace of some kind. Your perception sees them both as two halves, but you don't know what it's supposed to represent. You know it's important, and that's all.
But the trinkets.
He nods, and I'll tell you another time. It's not really important right now.
Okay.
He does hesitate openly and go, Do you want to tell my sister, or shall I? She did care for him for a while. Physically. Gave him shelter when I was busy. I'm more than happy to tell her myself. If you are exhausted by the end of this.
I'll do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He relents, and again, he has been long since informed of how stubborn you are. So he doesn't do anything. Just nods. You know his gesture is, well, if you need me. The gesture that every other guard ever gives you when you want to do something alone. If you need me, I'm here. So that's kind of how you know the confirmation of he used to travel with your parents. Just the fucking stubborn ass Pendracos. It cannot win with these motherfuckers. But then he actually goes silent. You know there's no inclination for him to speak again. Unless you prompt it first.
I think he's going to prompt another.
Over time, all the other NPCs seem to leave. Razz, you do notice somehow, somewhere, or he left. Didn't walk out the door. Just whoop. Where'd he go? I was looking right at him. Bye. You know?
Yeah.
And it's around, like, I love this term. It's moonrise, the height of the night for the moon. It's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And the king and queen are still there, though they've shifted from being a little bit closer to the casket and being respectful and silent for the most part to keeping their crown's guard company, who has been stalwart statue the whole time, basically. You've got no emotional gist from him. He has a job, and that's it, as far as you can tell. Caliban, Alex pats you on the shoulder about 10 minutes to midnight. He goes, I'm gonna go. Are you attending tomorrow?
Please. I think we'll attend. It suits me.
Your mic.
Ah! He sort of kindly goes, I will attend, should anyone need me. I think he looks at Arthur when he says that.
I'm gonna make this joke because I posted it earlier in the Hangout channel. Awful news. Your mic sounds like the mic Zigbar would use. Bad news.
Well, great news, gang. Let me make a front.
No! Anyway. This is bad. He nods and catches the glance and heads out. The Grandmaster seems to be lingering a little bit after midnight, but has not said much to anybody. She just looks like she's distant. She looks remorseful, guilty for half a second, and then she leaves. The only people who are here now are your group and the royal family, more or less. Do you guys do anything?
Sorry, I had to get somewhere I could hold down my push to talk, but so with everybody I'm back. But with everybody leaving, there is a little more space for her mentally to prepare and perhaps even try to approach the body, if that is possible.
Yeah. The three of you that are in the call. Lance did notice, but didn't really address it. Arthur has walked outside and hasn't come back in. He's like over here, kind of. He's out there. Is there anything you all do, or anybody you approach? Because there's still people there, technically.
Calvin would give it a bit before going out to check on her.
What's Razz doing again?
Approaching the body, the casket.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to that in a moment. Don't worry about that. That sounds ominous. I'm genuinely just, hold on. Caliban, you step outside a few steps, barely anything, to see where Arthur went off to, because he doesn't seem the sort to ditch right at the end. And you see him silently standing with Julius Harold, who is also silent. And you assume it's a solidarity thing. It's really easy to see.
Yeah, do I recognize Julius?
Mostly from stories. The Venteras love telling stories over wine and all that. And the stories of the current king and queen and their old adventuring party are very, very hot topics.
Is it...
Uh-huh. Yeah?
So I don't think Caliban was ever told that Aster was a herald.
Uh-huh.
So unless he knew that prior, he does not know.
He didn't, I don't know if he ever advertised it when you were here, no. He used to brag about it for a second. But I don't think you were
like, the only instance I can think of was him using the herald's strength, but Caliban was not there.
Right. So you recognize Julius Harold for a different reason. You recognize him as, there's a word for it, you would know better than me in the nobility sense. He's like an honorary duke or archduke. He has more than, it's like over there.
That is too high of a rank to be honorary, my love.
I don't know things. But it's like he's higher than like what he calls himself, similar to Lady Jama.
Okay.
She's got looks like her. Stop.
Yeah. When we talked about it earlier, we posed like Sir or Lord. But maybe something closer to like Viscount or Count.
Yeah.
Which is like Lance's rank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's around the same. He's known specifically for he helps train people in strategy and tactics, but he's not a fighter anymore.
Yeah, I think there's a second where Caliban just sort of like clocks the situation. He does not interrupt for a solid 5 minutes. How on a scale from 1 to 10, Cayde, how exhausted is Arthur looking?
Like if he was a cat, if he was at the end of his shift at a grocery store.
Bad.
Okay.
He's in hell.
Okay, so is he like a front cashier or like in the back?
Definitely Fred, because he was, bugged the
Yep.
whole day.
I think there's a bit where Calvin is a very touchy guy, but he thinks better of it only in this instance. And after that solid 5 minutes, he just sort of like ducks down, like he slouches purposely to be a little more on Arthur's level, and he just sort of goes overly formally, like definitely not what was earlier. He just goes, "Your Highness, I think no one would think poorly if you were to take a break and maybe get some rest."
I can say what other people's thoughts aren't at the forefront of my mind.
He nods and goes, "There's just more days of this. More days I'm sure you'll want to be present for."
Roll persuasion.
I don't even have to
Hey, Ray.
prompt shit anymore. I'm not the DM. I'm having popcorn. Hold on. My job!
Yippee!
Let me check my goddamn modifier on this bitch.
I'm so
Shit.
glad you guys are prompting things yourselves now. I'm so proud of you. I'm over here on the bench.
You're on the
We're on the
bench.
bench.
Uh-huh.
I've never been able to read in my life, apparently.
No!
What have we got? Oh, you know, with advantage. Yippee. Okay. An 18.
He's definitely reluctant, but he'll agree.
And he goes, "Would you like me to say anything to anyone?"
Uh, just inform my parents.
Of course. And, uh, Caliban will wait until Arthur leaves and, like, watch Julius a little bit to see if it's awkward to leave him alone.
Um, fucking with your passives. I'm really good at this. I promise.
We're great at this.
Don't. With your passives, you definitely know he already knew you were planning on it. He picked up on it immediately. He doesn't look off-put at all. He looks like he is dying for a different reason, obviously. Um,
Yeah, I think definitely like getting a good look at him, Caliban can tell probably relation or like, oh, this is big for this guy. Goddamn.
mm-hmm.
I think it's just a bit, and he goes. They're probably the quietest he's been since he walked out into the hallway. Just to like, I am so sorry.
For the record, it's more of an outside. You know how, like, in some of the courtrooms, there's the courtroom pillars, and outside there's pillars? That kind of, the sky? That makes sense? You're outside,
Yeah,
but it's still part, you know?
yeah. It just looks like there's like little, like honestly, they look like kind of like double doors or like even swinging doors on the map. So that's why I was going based on.
You're good. He nods in that way of silent acknowledgement and thanks, but he doesn't address you at all.
No, he doesn't expect it. He says that, and then I think he immediately is like not quite beelining, but very politely, leisurely pace, making his way over here. Reasonable distance.
How is Helia leaving, by the way? Just the where am I? My guy, my guy left me. No.
Yeah, just sort of awkward, just sort of like sitting there, kind of waiting for the rest of her friends to decide what they're doing.
Yeah. Lance, I will say Lance fucking remembers that he's a person for 2 seconds and sees you alone. From a, like, perspective understanding, Lance was zoned out, staring at the casket for a bit. And he blinked, suddenly almost everyone was gone and people had moved. Like,
The man briefly went to EBDB.
fucking yes. So he kind of awkwardly shuffles over to you. And he looks at you in like silent, you good? Kind of look.
Shrug. I'm just kind of here for you guys, so.
I will, above board, how does Helia react to seeing non-cosplay tiefling default Lance?
This is bad and wrong, and she does not enjoy it.
This is not great. This is also
Take
bad.
your fucking mask off, dude.
What's funny is that technically the cosplay tiefling is the mask, but we don't gotta get into that. That's not my problem. That's not my info to dish, but don't worry. That's a mystery mouse Cthulhu that'll help us later. Michael, what up? Michael Mouse! I did that, by the way, brief thing. I did that bit in the Kingdom Hearts server, and they were just like, what? Michael. But no, Lance just keeps you company, and it's like the silent hovering of making sure you don't feel too out of place already. Well, they're all dying from this. Just to check in, Arthur, you went over with Caliban to your parents and Simon, correct?
I think he was leaving, and Caliban's gonna go report that Arthur's gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Arthur needs to go lay down.
Arthur needs to clock out, literally.
Yeah, Caliban was trying to give permission for nap time.
Yeah, I would say that the moment you approach after they were line of sight to their son, more or less. So they kind of saw distantly, especially Estelle. Mother senses, if you understand. Also, she saw her son the whole day being guard dog. Of course. Whatever. As you walk up and open your mouth to ask something, she immediately does the nod of giving you permission no matter what you say next.
Yeah, he definitely bowed. There was just a bit of not necessarily a question, but more so just I peer pressured your son a bit into going to take a nap. He just wanted me to let you know.
She nods. She looks like she had been crying a little. Avos, the king, looks as default as normal, but he also looks... His form of sadness, you understand, as confusion. Like he didn't expect something, and he doesn't really show much else.
I can provide a little bit since I know what's going on. It's much less like, oh my gosh, this is so awful. It's more so just like, oh bummer. And like not in like a diminutive or like silly way, but it's just like, oh bummer, right? That's the emotion we're feeling about this.
Yeah, he's got ASPD. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Estelle, however, the more emotional one of the two of them, was a little upset for reasons tangentially related to the source of the feeling. Um, because, as far as you understand, the royal family wasn't all that close with Aster like everyone else was, but different kind of association.
Right.
Like I had stated earlier, there's a certain sort of unknowable grief that comes with understanding you've outlived your child. And that's where she was coming from in her sadness. She could not imagine it, even when she had briefly considered that's what happened with Cadence. She cannot imagine that feeling. So
Caliban is used to this procedure, and technically he should wait to be excused. But I think he's also like very obviously watching to gauge if there's anything he can do. He's nervous, concerned.
Davos does not pay you any mind. He's quietly talking to Simon, who's still stoic, stern, keeping an eye out, even if it's really late at night. As Estelle, however, looks at you and gives the dismissal wave.
He nods and well, I think he's definitely gonna scurry almost back over to his spot, but is sort of nervously watching Razz. So like in talking distance with Helia and Lance, but like, what's up with Razz? Is she gonna die?
No, we can't have that. Anyway, Razz.
Metaphor.
Razz.
Yes.
You did not want to pay attention to the aspect of people had intentionally left a spot for where people didn't have to walk over candles and lights and magical flames that keep burning through the night. Intentionally so, if people wanted to approach the casket, they could. But you do acknowledge it when you approach it, and it feels bad. It feels... There's no other word for it in your brain right now. It feels bad. For the sole purpose of the last conversation you two had was, if I recall correctly, either a plan or a disagreement of a plan. I'm not sure. I don't fully recall. It's been a while.
Oh, I also don't recall off the top of my head, but I doubt she like, if it was a disagreement, it doesn't matter anymore. It's just another regret. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just, there's a different feeling of the type of regret when it's just, they had a plan for something and now it'll never happen, versus a disagreement, a sort of believed argument of what to do next, and then it's not going to happen anyway kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, they did come up with a plan together, because they tended to
view things similarly as far as I can
match
tell.
each other's freak energy.
So it's like this hollow, unfinished thing, where it's like, no, I can't say that. Taylor's going to hunt me for sport, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's like saying "see you tomorrow."
Ow.
Zag's also gonna get me. Don't worry about that.
I will buy a gun.
We're right
Sorry,
there,
what
yeah.
was
It's a game reference. But it's like saying "see you tomorrow" and you don't see them the way you usually do. And it's weird. And I think for a second she remains numb internally. There's no cold, there's no hot, it's just nothing. And I do think, knowing how you play Razz, she's just staring at it for a second.
You would be correct. With her, it's such a huge weight, but because of that, it's hard to feel. It's hard to comprehend. She's lost people before, but she's never been able to stand before that loss and look upon it with her own eyes. And that emptiness does linger for a while. She stands there for a while, just trying to wrap her head around the fact that her friend is in this box. She has been trying to avoid this fact all day, obviously. But now that she's here, it still doesn't feel real, and she wants it to feel real more than anything, to where she can just process it and handle it. But she still expects to see him pop up in the group chat. So she's hit with this, like, wave of regret and frustration that mixes into the grief that she's been putting off. And she just starts talking to the body, even if it's in the box. And it's just, I know you didn't think you would die. I know nobody did. We knew it might happen, but not like this. Not, you were braver than this. And she's just fumbling, but whispering the things that she needs to say to him. Because now that she's here, it that emptiness you described is just being filled with every feeling that she has put off. It almost like a reflection of earlier in the campaign, whenever her problems were pointed out and thrust in front of her and she had to face them. She has to face this. And I did want to ask you if she could use just the bloom half of Wither and Bloom to cover his casket and asters.
Roll nature for me. You, with a 21, you go to do something, anything. Your mind goes to a simple spell, healing, just as much as it's hurting. You just want to use the healing side. You're not really thinking. It's more of a feeling and a doing, and you'll think about it later. You'll try to probably replicate it later, but right now it's not on your mind to make it scientific. It's emotional, instinctive. You reach out to try and use a spell. Because magic is a thing both of you loved. According to Aster himself, he was helping Arthur figure out some new type of spell he never told you. All you knew is from what he and Arthur used to brag about. And it seemed so short. So short of a time ago. Because it was. Time frame wise, it was not too long ago he was saying he thinks he has an idea about it. And You're not the one who does it, but it's like he asks something silently to someone, something, not a prayer, but a wish, something your heart makes. And you don't feel the magic spend. You don't spend any of the mana, you don't expend anything. But you reach out and it looks like you've done it. You think you've done it, but you know you didn't. You'll think about that later, but across the twine and across the frame of it, the casket itself, half wood and half otherwise. In between the grains, little flowers, mostly asters, but eventually, over time, you watch them bloom. Bundles and bundles of aster blooms. And a few, here and there, pink carnations.
She kind of leans a little closer to the casket and she's looking at the flowers and she doesn't quite grasp what just happened.
Sorry.
It's okay. Fuck. But
It's bad. I'm really good at line delivery. I'm sorry.
fuck.
It sucks. Anyway.
And she speaks very low this time, where before she was rambling and a little panicked and trying to sort through what she really meant. And she lowers her voice, and it's almost a whisper, and it's just, I got to see you find your name, and it was one of the most special things I've ever seen. And I will see it everywhere when flowers bloom, in the spring, in the breeze. This was supposed to be the time we won. And when we do it, we'll be thinking of you. And I'll carry you with us until the very end. She just kind of, it finally breaks.
I don't think you're paying attention very much. You're miserable. The breakdown is around the same time that Caliban processes that you've approached and have been talking for a moment now, and looks over at you, and you all kind of see the slow blooming. It has not stopped. It looks like it's covering most of what was already wood. And Caliban, you're not familiar enough with the symbology. But you do see the pink carnations here and there. Small and brief. They look like mini carnations, but they are pink.
Caliban, I think he recognizes the asters, and then like it's all downhill from there. He's zeroed in on Razz, and hence moving a little closer.
Do you just stay silent and stay out of sight?
Yeah, I think he's a big guy. I think it's very obvious that he's right there. But he doesn't say anything. He offered a hug earlier and
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say that whoever is paying attention to the other people who might be there, it's just an acknowledgement, a visible acknowledgement from the royals that they're giving you space, and they leave. I will say the actual seated royals, they don't look behind them when they leave, but they're respectful enough to stay quiet. Simon, on the other hand, pauses. One step behind where he normally would fall in line, and looks back at the rest of you. He looks between who's there, and looks down for a second, and then turns and follows suit. The knights are still there. That's why they haven't asked you to leave.
It's ironic because after all of the fucking around and doing everything she could not to be in the position she is right now, she just can't even imagine stepping away.
I think Lance at this point does also join the like stand up. Do you want company? Like over there. Mostly right here.
He's slowly scooching. So slowly.
I do think once he enters her radius, whether or not his arms are outstretched, he just kind of falls on him, on Caliban.
Oh yeah.
Hug earlier. Like, the floodgates are open at this point. And earlier she was fighting him, and now she can't stop.
He fully just catches her, and it's not intentional, but I'm so sorry. It's just there's a lot of bicep and a lot of boob, and it's the most comforting thing you can offer.
His boobies. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. He's just there. He holds her. He like pets her back. And he's doing that comforting purring thing again.
I do think at first it's like full body support kind of hug. Like, she was gonna go down the moment she realized there was something there to catch her.
He's basically picking her up. He's prepared. He's got it.
Yeah. She realizes Lance is there and just can't catch a breath or a thought, but just kind of looks like from like the new position of safety, just kind of looks at him and is just like is trying to wipe her snot away and stuff, just she's trying to put herself back together, but she's just not, it's not gonna go down that way.
You recognize it, Razz. Lance looks the way you are absolutely certain you looked earlier this morning. Hollow, he'll get there. But he's hollow and cold. And cold's not even really it, it's just empty. There's nothing there. Yet. He's, of all people, you understand, he's not good with the serious. He tends to avoid it as much as possible.
She reaches out her hand in an invitation to join the hug.
He steps closer in that weird... The only energy I can provide is that seagull stretching out a leg towards the seashore thing. Just that energy, but inching closer for a second, and then sitting right there. Easy to grab, but like, he's die.
I think Caliban tries to gauge how much Razz needs more friend.
At this point, the living are the only thing that can help heal from the dead.
I swear to God, man. I swear oh my God. Yeah. So Caliban just sort of fully like manhandles Lance into the hug.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. You want me to roll about that or what?
No.
I'm yanking.
No. He's a twig. No. There's nothing he can do.
What's a strength modifier?
There's nothing he can do. It is lower than Lex's.
Right.
There's nothing you can do.
It's bad.
He's the fighter too. Like, where am I? Anyway.
Yeah, and then like Caliban sort of like throws her head back to look at Helia a little bit as like a check-in as he's holding the two of them.
Lance takes a while. Well, Razz is weeping. And it's just staring away from the casket, saying nothing. And then so quietly that if it wasn't for him being right the fuck there, you wouldn't have heard it. He just goes, I don't get it. This was when we're supposed to win, right? And it's the most heartbreaking tone he has. I'm gonna get shot after this session. Hope this helps.
Mera's gonna be dead in Detroit. If you guys want to like scavenger hunt to find their body.
Mera's gonna be dead in fucking DC. You'd never find you there.
This is awful.
I've thrown Mera's body into Niagara Falls.
Thank God. Thank God. Like spreading my ashes, but in my whole body.
I just sort of threw it in there.
Anyway, there you go. Have that. Kill me later. React.
Yeah, anytime.
Anyway.
I'm gonna eat my own hand.
Yeah, you gotta, like, honestly, okay, out of everything in this session that's actually gotten me, there's like a solid ranking going on, and Zahn is in the lead, unfortunately. I'm gonna go to Virginia and just beat the shit out of them.
You promise?
No! Stop flirting on call! Stop flirting! Stop flirting! Done! Mutes you! Damn! Server mutes you. Fucking.
Oh, don't Cyax them.
God damn it. Starts crying.
I'm weeping.
Okay, next session we just all take turns flirting with each other.
No! No! God. No. So, Helia. A prompt for you if you would like.
Yes, ma'am. What's up?
I'm glad you recognize it's a woman right now. The woman does not want to be here either.
Yes, mommy.
Kill yourself.
No!
Anyway, sorry.
Stop that!
I shouldn't say that on a recording.
She's so hot, dude. I don't know what to say.
No, don't. It's Vanessa. Don't worry about that. Anyway, a prompt for you.
Yeah.
There's like, I wouldn't call it a mental tapping at the back of your head. It's more of a only you can feel it physical tapping on your shoulder.
Okay.
Do you acknowledge it in any way?
Yeah, just sort of like a checks to make sure no one's there and just
You are up
mild
against a wall.
bafflement.
You are up against
Yeah.
a wall.
She's still got to check because you never know.
Curious question. When's
Potential answer.
I hope so. When's the last time Helia has sat down to work on darkness repellent materials? Recently. Because this determines who's there.
Okay. Probably not since. Okay, how long has it been since the fucking fight? Lex and Lance's fight?
Roughly 3.5 weeks. It hasn't been a month yet, so I say that much.
It was before then.
So roughly a month or more. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say this much. You recognize the feeling. You haven't felt the presence in a while. And you have kind of been worried if you've done something wrong in that capacity. And there's a tap in. There's eyes in your shadow. Against the wall.
Big ol' eyes back.
Openly speaks, but it's quiet enough that the only people who would rationally pay attention are your friends who automatically know this voice. Should I ask? I turned away for a month. Well, you turned me away for a month. That's on you.
Audible confusion at the correction.
You hear a familiar laugh from Valkyr. And just the things you were working on last time we talked. The outfits for where you're going. There's no other reason you'd have those, okay? I'm not stupid. And he's joking with you.
Just like exceedingly for Valkyr familiar, confused puppy head tilt, and I don't follow.
The repellent, the enchantments you're doing. They repel everything related to it, including strongly connected enough afflicted. And he does the vague gesture in your shadow of, I think that explains enough.
Okay.
You would know this. You've known forever now. He's so deeply afflicted because of how badly he fought back. He basically cannot be distinguished as having been human before right now.
Miserable sad white cat Helia hours whenever she figured that out.
Yeah, so it's more of a gentle reminder of whenever you work on darkness repellent things, there's a short time frame where you have to wait before you contact him, otherwise he really can't respond. And apparently you were working on it long enough and enough of it that it just stuck around, like, kind of, I can only compare it to getting oil on your hands, you know? It just stuck. Help. And
It's kind of on our favorite t-shirt, goddamn.
That kind of thing, yeah. And it finally wore off, and he's checking in, and you're in a funeral hall. What happened? Where are we?
Yeah, just, quietly. Cause they're all over there clearly having a moment, and just like, Aster died.
There's like a pause. You recognize this pause. Sometimes he forgets that social settings are real, and that people can have negative reactions to obvious jokes, so he's thinking. And he kind of... You see the eyes in the shadow look around. In the sense of, this is a very bright place. Your shadow is always the darkest. And just... You don't see him shake his head, but you can get the gist. He shrugs. It's like all feelings. You know the vibes of your best friend.
Yeah.
It was just... I would make a joke to lighten the mood, but I don't know if that's the right time. They visibly looks around you. Not that he has to. They're not going to feel great about that for a bit. It's never good to lose somebody. Looks at you insistently.
Hey,
What? What?
stop it.
No.
Yes.
Sue me. I'm making a joke. You clearly don't want to be here, so might as well give you something to do.
Sure.
Do you want to update me as to why you're going to the realm of darkness while you're here? And while I'm able to be here?
Oh yeah, sure. You're familiar with. One second. There are too many A's in my next sentence, and my brain needs to sort it out.
Your beautiful dyslexia, anyway. I love you. I promise.
I love you too.
Yeah.
Alexios, Arthur's bodyguard.
What about him?
You know how he's kind of a nobody?
Yeah. He's always a nobody, but yeah.
Not originally. Anyway.
The eyes in your shadow give you the look of, what are you talking about?
I am a little unclear on the details because they have not shared all of them with me. But we're going to the Dark Realm to rescue Alexios's Heartless.
You kind of get the feeling that he's not quite here. He's kind of astral projecting. He did like the low-key suddenly sit up thing. The Colosseum shit. And he's just his Heartless.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was legal, but okay.
I mean, we've also got some other stuff to do, but like that is, as far as I'm aware, primary motivator.
Right.
And nobody else was really thinking about the logistics of it. Hence why I was making the outfits.
You could have just asked. Purse has been going out of her mind with boredom right now.
You see, I didn't think about that.
You don't usually. Sorry.
Hey.
It's like I grew
I
up
only
with
have
you.
so many brain cells when I'm thinking for the rest of my team.
It's not brain cells. It's... Nope. Not the time.
You can't bully me. I'm at a funeral.
Yes, I can. You're not present mentally at the funeral. You're physically here. It's like I grew up with you.
Yeah, or something.
Or something. That does not make any sense. And he says that like he knows more about the situation, is what you can gather.
What doesn't make any sense?
Him having a Heartless, that's fine. I would not be surprised considering who his parents supposedly are. But
extremely jokingly, he's got those?
Yeah. His parents are on census record, you know.
You think I look at these things?
Huh?
You think I look at these things?
No one ever does. The census is a bunch of awful paperwork. Someone has to do it, but nobody wants to anyway. No, his parents were really famous, I guess you could say. His whole family is, but I don't know if he's still...
I mean, I know they're Merlin related, and that's about as much as I got.
His parents are, well, his dad. Father? I don't know. I don't know how he feels about that. The guy who helped create him is direct descendant of the Merlin the Wizard.
Yeah, okay, might as well happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't hide it. He uses the name. Like, I don't know. But it's all of the family so far has, according to census record, always been a nobody by birth. So that's what he's always been. So
Yeah, but like I get the impression it's fucky wucky at this point.
he's an Ambrosi. It happens. Something's gonna happen. He's an Ambrosi. He says that very casually. Um, it's like he's made that joke specifically to Lex before. So that type of casualness of if I said it to his face, he'd laugh and agree. Um, how long has his Heartless been there? Time, it doesn't work properly in any other realm. So,
yeah, I don't know. A while.
If it's any longer than a few years, I don't know if it's Alexios you'll be encountering.
My vague impression based on the loose information that I have is that it was well before we met him and Arthur.
So that's over half a decade. Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's not going to be friendly. Do you have a guide for the Dark Realm?
Great question. I didn't get that far.
You do not see the facial expression, but God, you feel it. It's like putting your tongue in your cheek and trying very hard not to make a snide comment.
Look. I figured the people who were actually planning the trip would think of that. I don't know if they have.
With what's going on, I don't know if they planned anything. My bad. That's not a topic for a funeral.
I'm sorry. Is this like an internal conversation or what?
Nope. It's just
Helia's being quiet, but she's definitely talking.
Yeah. So can I roll or something? Do I need to roll or something to gauge the conversation?
Yeah, roll perception for me. The other two are dying and dead in a hole. The answer is no.
Yeah, they're smothered in titty right now. They've got nothing.
Don't say that. You're right. Say it's quieter.
I don't have. Hold on. I'm pulling out my modifier, but I rolled a nat 19.
That's fine. That's fine. They're not that subtle. Neither of them can do that.
Yeah. Caliban just sort of like turns to face them, still holding the two, and he just sort of goes, "Oh, I have some friends I was gonna ask one to help with threats, and the other should be able to navigate it entirely too easy, like a scary easy amount."
You didn't see anything strange about who the secondary voice was at the time. You just kind of thought it was weird invisibility things, which you're used to from others.
My love, I will gently remind you that Caliban does know about Valkyr.
Well, yeah, but it's like the thing of you recognize the voice, but he's usually there when he talks.
Oh, I was just told that I have seen Helia talk to her shadow.
Oh, really? It's been a while. My bad,
yeah,
G.
That's what you told me. Yeah, that's what you told me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, I know that I sent in the like the chat. I was just like, oh, Helia's talking to her imaginary friend. I know what's going on.
I mean, I can't make that joke. That's illegal. Don't. So yeah, you know that's Valkyr. It's usually what happens. It's been a while since you've seen Helia talk to her shadow, and you kind of assume why, considering what she was working on when you first saw her. And among other times you were kind of paying attention prior. So it's like
he just sort of goes.
Yeah.
He just sort of goes, I wanted to ask if that would be cool, but it's been bad. He sort of like shrugs and gestures to the room.
Again, you don't see the nod, but you can kind of get the feeling from how the gesture moves up and down.
Hey, again, not totally my department. You'd have to run it past, like, Arthur, I think.
He very teasingly says, and it's just like, from what it sounds like, you're the one who's been doing all the work.
I handle mechanically stuff. I don't do people or personal logistics. You don't want me doing that.
Caliban, while she's looking at you, you see her shadow do the response of, where the fuck am I? In the sense of she's just saying she's doing all the planning elaborately.
Right? He just sort of goes, I already got blessings from Lex, because I was nervous. This is Lex's errand that we can't do.
Well, yeah. As from the shadows, just if that is his heartless that's there, you know. Medically and magically speaking, that would be awful.
I'm being autistic because Zed, the person, does not do this, but it is a character choice that Caliban does always call him Alexios. And I
Yeah.
forbore.
Yeah.
ICP. Anyway, just a note. It's always Alexios no matter what I say.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Yeah, until like it's outward given permission of Lex is fine. Unlike the rest of the fucking team. Anyway. Don't worry about it.
I've got a BPD sometime. Yeah.
So
Yeah, he just yeah.
go ahead. He pauses for a second. Valkyr seems still confused. Because as far as he's concerned, he turned away for like a minute and someone died. Like, he doesn't. What happened? Hello? Like, whatever. He's not really all that close with people outside of Helia and fucking the area he's in. He works there and that's it. Alright? And occasionally Auntie will pop by and he gets scared shitless because it's Auntie. It's like, what? Hi. Stop screaming. Hold on. Like, Auntie doesn't care. Is the thing. And he thinks openly for a second. It's like the eyes in the shadow are extremely expressive. You're not sure if his face could do the same amount of expression that whatever this is doing. Just if it is his heartless in there and it's been there for as long as it is, I'd be careful. I love you. Also, why is Arthur going? I know it's like a gay. I know it's a gay thing. Hold on. I was talking. I know it's a gay thing.
Alright.
No, that's fuck you. Just I know it's a gay thing. It's like he will be mostly unhelpful outside of talking to maybe Lex, you know? The guy, Alexios, whatever. His boyfriend. Right? That's a thing finally, I hope.
I think they kissed.
Thank God. Finally, I'm tired. This is annoying. Anyway. Valkyrie's just like, these idiots are pissing me off. Kind of energy. Because, for the record, reminder of the NPC rule of remembering past loops, you have to die and come back safely. He's already done that, more or less. So he's just like, oh my god, please. Taking psychic damage every time they interact before they make it official, you know? This is too much. Stop. Quit it.
I think the worst part is that Arthur initiated it.
Yeah. So exhales. You're pretty sure he literally did the hand gesture of breathing out, wherever he is. Just, I don't think it's a smart idea for Arthur to go either. But I know he will not be persuaded not to. It's just, he will not be as helpful as he thinks he's going to be.
Yeah. He just sort of goes, I think the lighthouse would rather die than not go.
There's a gesture I'm making that Valkyr would be doing, but you also wouldn't see because he's not physically there, so it makes sense that no one knows what it is. But, like, the energy is like, I'm aware. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think there's a bit, like, as this conversation has gone on, he's just sort of looking at Helia like, yeah, what do you have then? In reference to Valkyr.
What you got there? A smoothie.
The devil. No, it's my
Guys,
best
an
friend.
ostrich, Helia.
Don't worry about it. It's none of your business. We can't get into this, dude.
You want to share with the class?
Sure, what with glass?
I will be
Oh,
up front because of how very much not internal of a conversation this is. The two knights that are still there have been kind of watching in confusion. Just, okay. These are His Highness's friends, I guess. That's what it is now. Sure.
We love baffling technically government officials.
No, they're used to the king and queen who are ex-heroes. They say weirder shit, just like, really? In front of us? Like, at least try. I don't care. You're not, like, being an eco-terrorist. It's just, wow.
I do not say this. This is not canon, but he's like, what are you, a narc?
A little bit.
Oh, God. Next you're gonna tell me they're cops.
Legally?
Arthur speaks up from across the void. What do you fucking think they are? But yeah.
Yeah, I think Caliban at this point goes, so not everyone, but at least 3 people are confused about what's happening, the conversation we're having here. Is this like a whole guy, or like just a you thing, or what you got there?
My best friend?
Caliban, while she's looking at you to explain this, you see, like, again, the expressiveness of the eyes cannot be matched by whatever facial expression he has going on over there. And it's just the most distant 1,000-yard stare of, yep, it's again.
He deep breath. He's just processing. Oh, Helia is a brick. Got it.
Really bad.
Yeah, real bad. He sort of goes, got it.
Just, Valkyr says openly, very openly, she's right there, you're right there, just, I've outright said it once already. It's really good.
You doing okay, buddy?
I'm doing great. I've been in this predicament so long!
The amount of
Helia just deep breaths and then just sort of like turning to look at the shadow and goes, "Then take me on a date. What do you want from me, buddy?"
Maybe stop going to Super Hell and I will.
I don't control the Super Hell trip. Valkyr.
They're bickering. Hold on. Yeah, Caliban?
Yeah, you're good. No, it's the bit where he just goes, the amount of slow burn in this friend group is getting on my nerves.
Just kiss already, damn. Like, this sucks. This is awful.
I got BPD. I speedrun this shit.
Damn.
I got confessed to a matter of a week ago, and we started dating the same day. Like, I don't know what's going on.
You're both BPD, though. That's not... Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. No,
Helia
he
just
genuinely says that out loud.
awful. There, I think Caliban, while those two are like bickering back and forth like an old married couple already. The one of the knights, the lady, Michaela, just goes to Caliban. If it helps any, which it absolutely does not, I've had to witness His Highness and the Lord Commander currently do this their whole lives since the moment they met, and it was really bad.
Are you getting paid extra for that?
No,
Do you
should
want
be.
to?
it's not worth it. At this point, I don't know what's going on.
No. What's your Venmo?
Do not say Venmo! I'm gonna kill you with a gun. Hold on. I'm gonna rapidly approaching your location across the house.
Well, what do they have? We got PayPal. We got Cash App. What's
I'm going. Alright, this is already at 3 hours. Are we good here? Because it will pick up with something stupid next week.
As a gentle reminder, it's talk to my daddy. That's it.
Yeah. That was something we were gonna do.
Yeah, I honestly thought it would be at the end of this session. I did not think we'd be here forever.
Right.
Great.
Unfortunately, a lot of big feelings we had to get through.
And
Also a lot of riffing.
Huh?
There's also a lot of riffing, unexpectedly.
Because I
Look,
kept
we
asking
had to
you
do
guys...
it. It was for our mental health.
Listen, if we kept locking in too hard, we'd disintegrate on the spot. But whatever.
The four of us are just the improv masters, and we can't help it.
Also, we're funny as
Anyway, we'll do probably the scene with Caliban in Redacted over there. Next session, at the top of the next session. And then the stupid shit. Fucking looks at Willow.
Oh no.
really-
Willow.
I'm
I
thrilled
will-
about Willow.
I will add, for the record, Helia will tell Caliban if he has someone he wants to bring on the trip, one, he better have something to protect them with, because she's only got so much money, man.
That's not your job.
Does she say that?
to Caliban? Probably.
Like, in this conversation, does she say?
Probably when she's done bickering with Valkyrie, yeah.
Valkyrie doesn't bicker long, just leaves at a certain point, so yeah.
Yeah, he just sort of goes, I assumed you guys didn't have shit, and I was gonna get everything for you.
No, I'm like mostly done. Lance's mom offered me a few spare outfits. I've got some outfits. So I think our group's mostly covered. Just you and whatever you want to bring. We should also meet these people you want to bring, because we should know ahead of time if we're going to want to stab them.
Ideally, you won't. I don't think that'd go over well. And I say this with all of the love in the world. I don't think you'd win. But yeah. No, I was gonna get some stuff for you guys and for them. One of them is like sort of autistic about the Dark Realm. That's why I'm bringing her. We all know about the Dark Realm. We're aware of it. I don't think two of us have ever been, but like, we're not stupid. I promise.
Yeah. I jokingly bad. I will say above board, Chloe. I've told you this, but this is hilarious. She's a dark rum cartographer.
Yep.
That's why she's good. She goes there recreationally. Remember the conversation we had? Anyway, is that anything else you guys want to do before we die? Are we good?
I don't think.
I think we're good.
The other two of you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Zag, are we good?
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm good.
And I'll end the recording.